A leading law firm for vulnerable and homeless people has welcomed government plans to improve standards of temporary accommodation across Scotland. A senior caseworker at the Govan Law Centre said the announcement that new legislation would focus on getting people out of temporary homes quicker was a positive step, but warned law changes may not go far enough to help those most in need. The number of homeless people across Scotland is on the rise, and those sleeping rough on the streets has been a focus of national attention for several years. As exposed by the Herald on Sunday, people living in temporary accommodation such as hostels, hotels and B&Bs are often trapped there for weeks or months on end, while those living in unsuitable flats can languish for years. The cost of many temporary housing options can be up to £327 a week, more than renting a plush apartment in some of the most upmarket neighbourhoods across the country. We exposed the scandal earlier this year and visited 6 locations where residents were often living on junk food, not allowed to talk to other people for fear of drug dealing, and were locked out if they came back 5 minutes late. Following our reports, the government announced they would be holding a consultation on the issue, which has now concluded. This week the Scottish Government's Housing Minister Kevin Stewart said he welcomed the responses on how to improve temporary housing, and said that from May 2021, this new legislation, a UK first, will ensure people are moved into a more appropriate, permanent home as soon as possible. He added, the consultation also demonstrated strong support for a set of legally enforceable standards, which people with experience of homelessness told us would help improve safety and standards by raising problems or issues temporary accommodation. This year we will build on the advisory standards we have already introduced and use these consultation responses as we work with partners to develop a legally enforceable standards framework. We will continue to support local authorities to deliver our progressive legislation as part of our £50 million plan to eradicate homelessness in Scotland. Wendy Malloy, a senior caseworker with Govan Law Centre, said the plans, while a move in the right direction, may not be enough to end the scourge of homelessness and the squalid standard of living for some of the country's most vulnerable people. She said, I think it is a cautious welcome. We have been involved in any consultations. We are welcome to any change that improves services and provision for anybody in Glasgow and the wider area, but I suppose we have to be quite cautious about this. The devil is in the detail and we don't know yet what these temporary accommodation standards are going to be. We have regularly clients who, for more on this story, visit the news article link.